We'll wait till the ball comes down to the other side. Why not? Yep. When she's in your shot, we'll wait till the ball comes across midfield, and then we'll get Hannah on the screen for you. Compare her stats. Marone, again, a freshman. And Albany State's on the attack, cut off well on the defensive side, and now Albany State will have to go backwards. Stolen ball, Elisa Barr trying to get through. Ball's bouncing around, shot, left-handed shot, goal for the Lady Hurricanes! Left-footed kick goes between the pipes, top shelf. Oh, where did my mic? Georgia Southwestern goal score by number 8, Allison Rugo. So the Lady Hurricanes take the early lead in this one, and Lady Hurricanes, a long overdue strike for GSW there. Georgia Southwestern's last goal came last month, September 29th. I think that actually spilled over to the 30th. That match against Francis Marion. So it was the end of September. GSW had been shut out 6 consecutive matches, but not anymore. This streak is over, and the Lady Canes are on the board. 1-0, quick strike. GSW has the lead about midway through the first half of action.
Rachel, we need to head that ball, eh? Don't hide! Slide in, Shyla! Help us over there! Be ready, Ashley! Find the space! Unleash, go ahead, go ahead! Go ahead, go to goal, Missy! Go to goal! Yeah, we need to be away from that one. Next ball. Yes, go ahead. With the line, Ella. Give it up, Sandeep. Move it. Come on, girl. Come on, let's go.
Yes, also don't forget that you can follow the action on your computer as well. In addition to the video broadcast, a live stats feed is available. Tonight's match. GSWCanes.com, GSWCanes.com. You'll see, if you're on a mobile device, you'll see a calendar up in the top right corner. Click on that, and you can get today's matchups. Scroll down to the women's match, and there's your video and live stats links. Again, GSWCanes.com is the website, but we've also got in the description of today's broadcast on your YouTube channel that you're watching, GSW Athletics, the home of the Surge Sports Network. You can find that condensed link that'll take you to the live stats directly. So open that up, another browser in your window. You got the video on one side, you got the live stats on the other, and you can follow your favorite player or your favorite school here tonight. Again, live stats available. Click the link in the description of today's YouTube broadcast.
Outside. Away, Charlotte, away, please, away. Everybody away. Right there, you're fine, Charlotte. Right there, you're fine.
So I mentioned Rugel earlier in the broadcast. The
Be ready there.
the leading, I guess you could say, shot taker.
Tight.
She has taken the most shots this season for the Lady Hurricanes, but trails Hawkins in the goal category now for Rugel. That's her second goal of the season.
Okay. Shyla, you gotta release sometimes, okay? Hey, if you find it, fine with me, but what I'm saying is like, we need to find a swing the ball, okay? And you will be the option. When you see it, it's when you go. Right, guys, hey. Okay. Don't foul next page. Watch your arms, Layla, between the ball. Slide, Ella, slide. Brenna, help us over here a little bit. Get the ball. Bottom. Yep.
With that, why don't we go ahead, and we didn't get a chance to introduce you formally to Hannah Marone. Now's a good chance to show you the freshman goalkeeper for the Lady Canes. Going to try to hold on to this one and keep the Rams off the scoreboard. 4.63, close to 1,000 minutes, a .602 save percentage, and she's had to make 71 stops this season. Marone is making her 11th start here in the Lady Hurricanes' 16th match of the season.
Get together! Layla, help them to get out of there! Help them to get out of there!
Offsides whistled on the Golden Rams, so the Lady Hurricanes will put the ball back into play. Marone will roll it out. Now
Rachel, please help us!
assessing the field and kicking it away. Ooh, yeah, they'll get Cochran for a foul on that one. Pushing the back.
Everybody away!
Ball at top of the 18, now kind of nudged out by the Lady Hurricanes. Far side, possession maintained by the Golden Rams. Yeah, unfortunately that kick a little too far out in front and just not enough time for the Cavalry to come back and follow up as their teammates come in behind. That was Baker out there. Just took a little too much time for the help to arrive on that one. Right idea by the Lady Hurricanes, however. Albany State back on the march. Got to get through 3 white jerseys. Now here's the kick back to the middle. Nudged away. Quick footwork. Oop. Foul on the Lady Hurricanes, and another kick from, they've had a couple of kicks now, free kicks from out in this distance. This one's going to be closer to our side of the field here. They'll have to wait for the wall to set up. Slide the ball back and a little bit closer to the middle.
Ashley, attack the ball, Ashley. All that matters for you is the ball. Everybody else die.
Well, we'll see if moving it over to the right side of the field will make a difference here for the Golden Rams. Kind of fake kick, followed up, left foot boot towards the far post, but over the intended target and out of bounds. Over the end line, goal kick coming up for the Lady Hurricanes.
Going first, and then when we get out of that pressure, you're clear with the ball. All right? And then we got options, and then we go. Rachel, help ball.
Oh, got a chance. Can Hawkins get there first? Now she's got to get herself an angle and a chance. Tackle down. Gonna be a PK for the Lady Hurricanes. So they'll, I believe he stopped the clock. Well, the Lady Hurricanes will get a penalty kick. Let's see. First penalty kick of the season for GSW. They've only allowed one on the flip side, but this is the first PK of the year, and it'll be Hawkins taking it for GSW. Which way will she go? It goes to the right. Score! Lady Hurricanes, go! Two 2-0 for the Lady Hurricanes. Under about 17 and a half to go now on the official game clock, which is the scoreboard. We'll get everything straight for you. Coming up on 17:30 now, Lady Hurricanes with a 2-goal advantage. Hawkins matching Rugel goal for goal now, so she'll keep her lead back where it was at the start of the day. That the 5th goal of the season for Ella Hawkins. Good spot on the penalty kick by Hawkins, and it kind of had to be in a good spot. The keeper, I believe, guessed the right way, was making her way to that quadrant, if you will. And the ball just, she couldn't get there in time as it got past her, but a shot that was a little bit more towards the middle. And again, keeper, I think, had a beat on it, but good placement by Hawkins and a goal for the Lady Hurricanes. That's great start for Georgia Southwestern here tonight. This will go down to the corner, going to run out of room. It was Mendonca trying to chase it down for the Lady Hurricanes. Another shot in by the Lady Hurricanes, and Hawkins has struck again. With the ball now is Michelle Gustafson. We'll tell you a little bit more about Michelle this season. She's actually a defender, but you'd be interested to know that she doesn't come off the field, folks. Be hard pressed to find Michelle taking a break. Team leader in minutes played this season. She does have a goal. Let's introduce you to number 4. And there she's got a little good fancy footwork there. Michelle Gustafson down to the corner. Now she moves in. Just ran into a sea of blue jerseys, though. She's got a goal again. Over 1,300, and she'll go over 1,400 minutes on the pitch this season, heading into senior night coming up this Saturday in the season finale. Those of you that have tuned in to the Hurricane broadcast throughout the season here on the Surge Sports Network, well aware of probably what I will say next. I always seem to mention that Gustafson, not only a leader on the field for the Lady Hurricanes, but also one heck of a student. Female Scholar Athlete of the Year, the reigning Female Scholar Athlete of the Year here at Georgia Southwestern. So. So she'll get her place again on the Peach Belt Conference Presidential Honor Roll here that'll be announced. Fall Honor Roll, they've already collected the data and the names of the qualifiers, so you'll see Michelle on that list along with a couple of other Lady Hurricanes for their work in the classroom as well. Mendonca tries to turn. She'll shake a shot just over the crossbar. Subs in now for Albany State. It'll be number 13 checking in. First substitution of the evening comes here as we approach 12.5 minutes to go in the opening half. Albany State's substitution number 13, Shania Jackson-Brown. Junior from London, England, checking in for the Golden Rams.
Deny. Keep going, shine on. Where's the player? Good. Easy. Ashley, set them up in the line with the wall. Line with the wall. And you attack the ball, girl. I know, boys, so many.
So Gustafson getting credit for the assist earlier on that last goal by Hawkins, as I peek at the live stats feed. So for Gustafson, her first assist of the season. Kick away. Ooh, oh, far post. Sliding effort, just a hair off on the timing, or Albany State would be on the board. That one was a good through ball that, whew, almost caught it right at the far post. Number 14 checking in for the Golden Rams at this time. Albany State substitution number 14, Brantley White. Brantley White checks in, a freshman from Sylvester, Georgia. Well, coming into play tonight, we'll compare the two teams' stats. Take a look at how these two teams square away at the next possibility. Well, we'll wait till there's a little break in the action here. Barr tries to get through. She's taken and able to get through the defense. Let's go ahead and compare the stats really quick as Albany State looks to get the ball in. You can see that coming in, play very even across the board in many of the categories. Both these teams have struggled a little bit offensively, and the Lady Hurricanes have erupting for some goals here this evening to take the early lead. Shots favor GSW. Shot percentage about even as well. Corner kicks a pretty good edge for the Lady Hurricanes. The saves, both teams have asked their goalies to make a lot of saves this season. GSW, in fact, has made more than the Golden Rams, and then opponents have been forced, however, to make more saves on GSW shots. Only 39 opponent saves of Albany State shot attempts this season. So stats favoring the Lady Hurricanes a little bit coming into play. It's kind of played out that way here so far in the first half. Race to the ball, keeper comes up, and she'll fall on it.
Help us, okay? Help us. Look at the moon.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to get a shot of that at halftime or something.
When you have it, right? In the space.
Yeah, that's something that we get to have had the opportunity to see at Hurricane Field, and the moon out. Kind of an orange moon, orangish moon tonight. Why do I say we haven't seen it? Well, this is the first season of night soccer here in Americas. Lights were installed and opened, flipped on in time for, just in time for the start of the 2018 season. September 5th, as a matter of fact, was a men's game, first official night match in school history. So under the lights in 2018, inaugural season. And it sure makes for a more comfortable viewing experience. The folks baking during those daytime games in September. Now we get a little relief here with nighttime soccer. So only one more home date on the schedule, though, and that comes this Saturday, and we'll tell you more about that a little bit later. But it's senior night, so hopefully you'll have a chance to either tune in or, even better, make your way to Americus and watch the Lady Hurricanes seniors take the pitch one final time. Going to get the Lady Hurricanes for an offsides on that one. Kick away by the Golden Rams. So it's a substitution at this time. Who we got? Number 11 checking in for Albany State. Albany State substitution number 11, Reagan Melvin. Melvin, a sophomore from Milton, Florida, gets some action. Well, the Lady Hurricanes have been efficient. You can say that much if you're following along on the stat broadcast. They only hold a one shot difference than Albany State, 4-3, but 3 of them have gone between the posts. So GSW picking their spots, and when they've had the opportunity, they've converted. Lady Hurricanes looking to get a couple of players in here before the halftime break. On deck to check in for GSW, number 10, Shelby Mills. Number 22 is Emily Cullum. So you've got a senior and a freshman waiting to come in. Shot attempt kicked away by the Lady Canes. GSW substitutions checking into the match is number 10, Shelby Mills, and number 22, Emily Cullum. Well, it's good to see Emily, well, and Shelby, of course, on the field, but Emily has had a long recovery from a rough concussion earlier in the season, so she's still trying to heal and get back in, and it's good to see that she is back, because at one time early in the season, Collum was a good spark for the GSW offense. This is only her 10th match that she's appeared in. She started 5 earlier in the season. She has 2 goals and an assist, which before tonight was second on the team. Now Rugel tied her at 2, so she's got both of those ladies with 2 goals this season. So good to see Emily back on the pitch for the Lady Hurricanes. Good move there. Get it back, a little give and go. Try to get it back, and an offside. Excuse me, offsides on Albany State. So they had a little good penetration on that exchange, but the offsides will pull it back out and give the Lady Canes the kick. 90 seconds to go until the break.
On the other side. Let's swing the ball.
One minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute. Ooh, push there. Bad push in the back. I believe that was Collum. Will they issue a yellow here? Nope. Collum with the push in the back. Ten seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That'll do it for the first half of action, ladies and gentlemen. The Lady Hurricanes with a 3-0 lead at the break. Just a reminder, fans, only one home date left on the 2018 schedule, and that'll be this Saturday, Senior Day, here at Hurricane Field. We hope you can come back this Saturday, final match of the 2018 season for both the men and the women. The Lady Canes will start things off at 5 p.m. with the men's match to follow at 7:30. Senior Day ceremonies will take place just prior to kickoff of both events, so make sure you come out just a few minutes early. Again, the Lady Hurricane seniors to be recognized prior to kickoff, a 5 o'clock kickoff this coming Saturday. Mark your calendars and come on back. Well, that'll do it. We're going to take a quick break. 14 and a half to go. Set your timers. Come on back. Make note of it. We're going to mute the old microphone because we'll have a little music going on in the background. We don't want those folks at YouTube to get upset with any copyright infringements. So we don't want to get flagged for that one. We will mute our microphone. And just again, come on back here in a little while. 14:17 the time on the halftime clock, and we'll see you back here. You're watching Georgia Southwestern State University Women's Soccer on the Surge Sports Network.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
In NCAA Division II, student-athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student-athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student-athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
right side. So be available. Ask for it, swing it, and find Shaila. Easy, Shaila, read it. Go ahead, Shaila. Double Layla. Double Layla. Go. Turn. Go. 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 It's okay. Get the space. Get the space. Take the line. Take the line or find Brian. Find Ella. Oh, yeah, not really? Okay. Ella, awake, eh? Awake. Position one. Go ahead. Go with her, Brandon. Go with her. Don't stay wide here.
Second half of action underway. You've already seen a few moments of the second half here as we're approaching 43 minutes left in this one. Georgia Southwestern. Hawkins trying to get around the edge. Won't work out, but a corner kick coming up for Georgia Southwestern.
Make it count, Austin. Make it count. Make it count now. Easy, Michelle. Itchy, Richie. Itchy, no, no.
Lady Hurricanes, I believe this will be their first corner kick of the evening coming up here. Ball's away, low roller.
Outside.
Back up near the top. Gustafson will bring it back. Long kick right to the waiting arms of the keeper for Albany State.
Deep going, Ashley. Deep. Later, no bounce. Deep.
A nice punt away over the midfield stripe. Now if they could get a little speed, here comes a charging opportunity here. Marone will have to come up, but it's actually a good job by, I believe that was Baker, to get a boot on it. Put her body in good position to fend off the charging Golden Ram, I believe, for ASU. Good move there. Now we'll bring it back in the middle. No opportunity to turn, though. Good job on the defense for GSW. Albany State boots it up ahead.
Go with her.
Only one match, if you heard me talking about that earlier, one match left in the 2018 season for Georgia Southwestern. It'll be this Saturday, taking on Lander, the Bearcats from Greenwood, South Carolina. Senior day for Coach Rodriguez in the squad, and the seniors will be recognized prior to opening kickoff on Saturday evening, early evening here in America. So if you have a chance to come to town, love to have you out in the stands cheering on the ladies. But if not, tune in. We'll go on the air just in time for those Senior Day awards. And again, that'll be coming up this Saturday. 5 o'clock is kickoff time. Senior Day festivities should start somewhere about 10 till. You may want to tune it in then just to make sure, but we'll go on the air. Again, that's the best part about being a subscriber. When you get that notification that we go live, you know it'll be shortly thereafter that we'll go ahead and roll right into our Senior Day ceremony. So Lander, let's take a look at the Peach Belt Conference standings at the next opportunity. That'll give you an idea as the Lady Hurricanes throw it in of what lies ahead for GSW to close out the 2018 season. A couple of 3-game homestands for GSW. They had a chunk of 3 at home mid-season where it was North Georgia, Francis Marion, and Shaw, and now they've closing out the year with USC Aiken here tonight, Albany State, and Lander on Saturday. Ball through. Can GSW punch it ahead? Gonna have to track it down and then find some angles. Get there in time. Nope, kicked away defensively. Good work by the Golden Rams. Put it out of play. And a throw in coming up for GSW. Stoops running down to take the throw in. And a nice move and a nice kick by Ahmed. Line drive shot. Keeper has to shuffle to her, take a one step, shuffle to her left and make the catch there on the line drive kick. Under 36 and a half left in this one. Throw in down the left line, far side of the field. Cross, but nobody there. Kick is through. Oh. GSW getting ready to make the first substitution of the second half. And it looks like it'll be Collum checking back in at the next opportunity for Georgia Southwestern after having she's still having a word with head coach Rodriguez. And what this time, let's go ahead and as they set up for the corner, take a look at what lies ahead for GSW. Peach Belt Conference finale is going to come against Lander. Again, you can see they're currently 4th in the standings. First 3 columns on the left, those are the overall standings, and then the 3 columns on the right will be Peach Belt standings. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Let's go to the corner kick at this time. We'll come back and run down the current standings in the PBC. Top 8 teams make the Peach Belt Conference Tournament. Long shot, Marone right there. Heading right for her nose, and Marone gets the mitts up and makes the catch. Foul is going to be whistled on Cochran. Long shot, Marone will punch it to the side. A corner kick coming up for the Golden Rams. Going down to take the corner kick for Albany State will be number 12, Marisol Estrada. Estrada's got the hand up, kick away. This one is pretty good, right in front of the goal. It's going to bounce through, shot up over the crossbar, and a goal kick coming up for the Lady Hurricanes. And GSW will get the substitution they've been waiting for. Checking back into the match for the Lady Hurricanes is number 22, Emily Collum. Shots are even at 7 apiece, but GSW has found the back of the net 3 times, once coming on a penalty kick. If you're just joining us, a couple goals for Ella Hawkins. First goal of the match scored by Allison Rugel. GSW, all 3 goals coming in the first half of action. 7 shots apiece at this point. Albany State has taken more corners, 4-1 with the advantage in corner kicks. Offsides, GSW has been whistled for 3. Albany State 2 offsides penalties. Fouls, Georgia Southwestern 7, and Albany State has been whistled for only 1 infraction so far in the match. But that 1 foul was a costly one. It led to the second goal of the match and a PK for Hawkins and the Lady Hurricanes. Trainer getting called on. Bryce Lawson will come in and check on the injured player. Clock has been stopped at 30 minutes and 9 seconds, the official match time. Well, while they're checking on the injured player, let's go ahead and pull those standings back up for you. Georgia Southwestern, again, has been eliminated from postseason play. Top 8 teams in the Peach Belt Conference, of which Albany State will be a member in women's soccer next season. Top 8 make it. Columbus State with a perfect 9-0 mark. Again, it goes wins, draws, and losses. If you're reading that a little different than you may be used to seeing. Wins, draws, losses. Columbus State a perfect 9-0. North Georgia's got a couple of losses. They just lost to UNC Pembroke in overtime, so Pembroke climbing the ladder a little bit in the conference, moving up to the 5th spot. North Georgia and Flagler both with 2 losses and a draw in conference play, as Lander hopes to match that mark. UNC Pembroke right behind again, 5-3-1 overall. Georgia College has slipped down to 6th, Clayton State in 7th place, and Young Harris is holding on to the 8th seed right now with a 3-5 record, but of course Francis Marion hopes to still catch them if they can. Player is up, but there's a look at your Peach Belt Conference standings. Injured player back up on the field and on her feet. And was that Hawkins that I believe was down? Excuse me, number 9. Yeah, so Ella Hawkins making her way back to the sidelines. Hopefully she'll be all right. A big senior captain for GSW. And 2 goals here this evening. Shelby Mills will come in, number 10, to replace Hawkins. Very possible, even if she could play, that Ella's night may be over. The 3-goal advantage. We may just call it quits, even if she can come back and play, and we sure hope that that would be the case. So Shelby Mills comes in to replace Hawkins, and play will resume here in just a moment. Checking back into the match for the Lady Hurricanes is number 10, Shelby Mills.
Don't dive and work together. Emily and Shelby, you work together. Stop diving. Keep your feet moving.
Tries to dribble her way through. Got a good, pretty good penetration to the first line, or second line of defense, but eventually the wall of white jerseys wins on this one. Albany State will keep, however, has kept possession. Throw in coming for the Lady Hurricanes after that exchange. 29 minutes to go in the match. Lady Hurricanes with 4 seniors on the roster. Number 6, Rachel Cochran, a starter. Number 9, Ella Hawkins. Called her name a couple times. Number 10, Shelby Mills, and the other senior who's been fighting an injury all season long, number 19, Avery Hyde. So those 4 ladies will be recognized. Corner kick again for Albany State. Brings it in short. Now they'll toss it in front of the goal. Marone goes up. And there was enough angle on it to get it over Marone's hand and inside the far post. A goal for Albany State. That goal, I believe, is going to be credited to number 20. So Albany State pulls within 2 with 28. Kind of a awkward exchange, but a good placement. Kinchaloe. I sure hope I got that right for you. Albany State goal scored by number 20, Haley Kinchaloe. So the senior from just down the road in Smithville, Georgia, about a 15-minute drive from Americus, gets herself a goal, and Albany State's quickly on the attack again. not done. Again, let's see, for Haley, she was not one of the names I mentioned earlier, so that is her first goal. And how about that? As her senior season comes to a close, she gets to get herself some points and in the goal column for Albany State. That's the Golden Rams' 5th goal of 2018. So a little bit of tension building. You can tell a little bit on the Georgia Southwestern side, a little bit more chatter and motivational words coming from the GSW bench. Still a 2-goal advantage, but it just feels a little bit different. The Lady Hurricanes still have done a tremendous job defensively up until this point. The shots have been fairly few and far between for Albany State, so still plenty of work to do for the Golden Rams, but at least there's some life in the ladies in blue now, as they try to inch closer. GSW holding them off here for the final 26 and a half. Nice little juke move there. Pull it back out to the top. Looks like she's kind of waiting to see if she can get a long kick. Now we'll bring it off. Intercepted by the Lady Canes. Column, we'll see if she can work with Mills. Can she get it back to Column? Nope, she's going to go down on that one, and the ball back to Albany State. Mills a little slow to get up. A little give and go on the far side. I think that'll get to an Albany State boot before Gustafson can track it down. Throw in, nope, still in play. Here's the kick. Kick through. Marone is there to catch it on the one hop. Down to the corner, 20 again. She'll punch this one to the top right. This one Marone will come out and get. Knocks it down and catches it on the bounce herself. And thankfully on that one, at least for the Lady Canes, Lightning does not strike twice. Very similar looking shot, however. Player down, slow to get up again is Mills. Kick is up. Stoops recovers. Now she's got to catch back to the middle. Long kick. Takes a couple bounces and will roll. Marone will fall on it. Throw in coming for Georgia Southwestern. Cochran goes down the line. Second target, that'll be Collum. Now Collum quickly has a defender on. And a substitution. And it will be a substitution for Georgia Southwestern. I think Coach was waiting to maybe get to the next one, but the whistle is blown and gestured in. Georgia Southwestern substitution checking into the match is number 15, Eduarda Giusti. So Giusti comes in, the freshman from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Giusti has started 12 matches, and now this will be the 16th that she's appeared in. So she's played in every match for the Lady Hurricanes this season. Pass to the middle, time to turn. Here's Giusti. She'll send it outside. That's Gustafson that was trying to get around the defender, but can't. Whistle will be blown on Albany State. Foul on the Golden Rams, and free kick coming up for GSW. Well, we're definitely moving into fall mode. All things considered, oh, there we go. We've dipped down currently 60 degrees. So fall has arrived at least. Shot, this one's gonna angle just right of the post. We'll probably be in the 50s by the time this match is over. 60 degrees currently, clear skies. You saw the moon at halftime. Now well over the softball field, just beyond the bleachers here at Hurricane Field. Good to see that the rain, it looks like it's going to be, still sticking with Thursday and Friday. We were hoping that we would avoid that come Saturday's senior day. And currently it looks like might just be able to stay dry on senior day and bring you all the action right here on the Surge Sports Network. Our YouTube channel, GSW Athletics, the home and hub of the Surge Sports Network. Albany State down. Going to get whistled for an offsides. However, well, the Lady Hurricanes did score 3 goals in a match this season. It was their first win of the year. It came back on September 5th, but it took double overtime to get to 3 goals. 3-2 was the win on the road against Southern Wesleyan. That was their best offensive output of the night until matching that here tonight and actually in the first half of action. Albany State's clamped down here over the final 45. GSW more on the defensive end, just trying to burn out the clock and hang on to this one. Albany State with the only goal of the final 45 so far.
Go back. You okay?
Walsh boots that one up in the air. Bouncing around, and Albany State will get it back momentarily, perhaps.
Emily,
The Hurricanes could have something going here if they could squirt it through to Collum. Oh, she's going to try to track it down. Will there be enough of an angle? Kicked off the Albany State player and defender and out of bounds. Try to see who that was. I think that's 21 down there for Albany State. The defender on the march trying to fight off Collum. Bishop. Corner kick coming up for GSW. And it'll be, in fact, Giusti taking the kick. Hands up, kicks away. Line drive kick, headed up. And over the crossbar, perhaps a little bit to the right. Off the mark on a ball that had some pace to it. Off the boot of Giusti. Coming up on 16 minutes to go in this one. And they'll go ahead and let the Albany State make their substitution at this time. They'll wave number 13 on if she wants to. Yep, 13 will come back into the match. Mentioned her in the first half. Shanae Jackson-Brown checking back in. Back in the match for Albany State is number 13, Shanae Jackson-Brown. Foul on GSW. Bishop will bring it here to the near side, and now Albany State will look to turn and move. Offsides whistled up. The player looking to check in for Albany State at the next opportunity. Looks like it's number 16. 15. Frenchelle Bryant, senior from Tallahassee, waiting to check in for Albany State. And GSW will match with a sub as well. So next opportunity. On either side, we'll make for the subs, and they'll both come in. Here you go. Number 12 for GSW. Substitutions for both schools. Checking into the match for Albany State is number 15, Frenchelle Bryant. And for Georgia Southwestern, back in the match, number 12, Brenna Mendonca. 13 and a half to go. GSW down on their offensive end, looking to add to their lead. Throw in. Defended well by Albany State, and now they'll march back down the field. Golden Rabs got to get through a lot of white jerseys, however. Rugel passes. Ahmed the kick. Shot. And Justi hits the shot. Keep in the right spot to make the scoop and hold off the Lady Hurricanes on that exchange. Kick away, bouncing.
Why? We need to be a little bit more on the ball, girl. Just need to follow the ball. Ball is not gonna get on your feet. You need to get that ball. Face it now.
Barr to Gustafson on the far side. Now she'll bring it back to Barr. Dribbling in. Picked away from Rugel, and it's Albany State that's going to have to try to charge this ball down. Cochran will kick it out here on our side of the field, just beyond the GSW bench for a throw-in for the Golden Rams. Looks like we've got a sub coming back in for Albany State at this time. Albany State substitution back in the match, number 9, Nicole Reynoso. Cochran to throw it in for GSW. Substitution back in the match for Albany State. Actually, Brantley White. She played in the first half as well. Checking back in for Albany State is number 14, Brantley White. Long kick, one hop off the turf, short hop to Marone. She was to the left of the pipe, so probably wouldn't have gone in anyway, but it keeps it in play and gives her a chance to punt it away as that kick came off the boot of Bishop. Trying to get it through to Column, but the keeper will come up and make the play. White side there. Get it back in play quickly. Rugel turns, looks. Got a little space, a little time. And now she'll get it through. Ahmed. Offsides on Emily. Column just a step or two ahead when that ball was delivered. So Albany State will bring it back up the field here with just under 7.5 to go in the match. Albany State inside the 18. This one will be Cochran able to stick a leg out there. This shot rolls to the left of the pipe. Albany State actually with one more shot in the match coming into this, or at this point. 12-11 the shots. Shots on goal are even at 7 apiece. Lady Hurricanes have been whistled for one more offsides, 4-3. Fouls, GSW 8, Albany State 4. Albany State still with a corner kick advantage as well, 5-2 as they lead the Lady Canes in the corner kick category. Long kick by Menaka. Wait for that one to come down.
We need that ball forward next time. Let's go. Don't play it back. Forward. both see it. We both see it. She didn't. Okay. Keep going, Emily. Pass the line of the ball. Let's go.
Folks, as we look ahead to the wrap-up of this one, as soon as the final horn whistles, well, there is a horn on the scoreboard and a whistle on the field. As soon as both go off and the clock has hit 0, we are going to mute our audio for just a moment as we wrap things up here at the field. But don't go anywhere. If you want to hang tight for a very quick post-game wrap-up show, we'll be there. We'll bring the audio back on. Column tries to get a breakaway here with 1:45, but again, she's got a shot. Left foot off a defender, bouncing around. Keeper falls on it. But again, as soon as the final whistle sounds, we will hit the mute button for just a second, or a couple seconds anyway, as we wrap things up at the field. But don't go anywhere. Post-game game coming up your way here on the Surge Sports Network. Lady Canes trying to tick off the final minute plus here from Hurricane Field on their way to win number 3 of the season and a hopefully 3-1 victory as we make the announcement for the folks in attendance. 1 minute remaining, 1 minute remaining in the match. Well, nice win for Georgia Southwestern. Some positive vibes, if you will, as we wrap up the 2018 season. Looking forward to another off-season for Coach Rodriguez and company to get on the recruiting trail and keep building this team. They have 0 wins a year ago, now up to 3 this year, and hopefully even bigger and brighter things ahead for the Lady Canes. One more match to go, though. It'll be coming up on Saturday, as I've mentioned, 5 o'clock. We'll go on the air just a few minutes prior, Senior Day 2018, against Lander University here from Hurricane Field. Final countdown, 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that is it for our postgame here at the field anyway. Let's see if we can. Lady Hurricanes, a couple of them anyway, making their way. A lot of folks bolted as soon as the final whistle sounded. But it is a tradition here at Hurricane Field when the Lady Canes or the Hurricanes win, whether it's soccer, basketball, baseball, softball. Our student athletes throw out some victory balls. So a couple of souvenirs being tossed in the stands here by the Lady Hurricanes. And this one on a good note. 3-1, the final score here from Hurricane Field. Georgia Southwestern, again, as you heard me wrap it up a little bit earlier, picking up their third win of the season. There's the victory balls. 3-1 victors tonight here against Albany State. This is a school non-conference matchup tonight, but starting next year, this will be a Peach Belt Conference affair. So GSW gets the win. The Lady Hurricanes improve their overall record to 3-13 this season. Albany State suffering the loss. They fall to 1-10-1 here in their second season of existence. This is a new program added to the department at Albany State, just down the road, about a 45-minute drive here from Americus. So Albany State and GSW real familiar with one another in many of the other sports. Men's and women's basketball crossover, play each other every year. Also play each other in baseball, softball, even in women's tennis. So these two schools very familiar with one another, and now add another sport. It'll be women's soccer. Again, we are tonight their first ever meeting, and from moving forward as members of the Peach Belt Conference in women's soccer for Albany State. Team comparisons looking a little bit something like this at the final horn. Let's get the glasses on here so we can see everything properly. Georgia Southwestern able to even things up in the shot category when all was said and done. 13 shots apiece. Shots on goal, Georgia Southwestern 9, Albany State 7. Marone making 6 saves, or the Lady Hurricanes make 6 saves. 6 also stopped on the side for Albany State. Corner kicks 5-2 in favor of the visiting Golden Rams. Offsides, GSW committed a couple extra. 5-3, the Lady Canes ahead in that category. Fouls, GSW was also whistled for 5 more fouls tonight. 9-4, the final count there. No yellows, no reds. Individual stats. Well, we'll go to the Albany State side anyway. 2 shots from Kinchaloe. She had the 1 goal for Albany State, the only goal by either side in the second half. Scoring plays went a little something like this. Ellison Rugel started things off with a goal off an assist from Elisa Barr in the 10th minute to get Georgia Southwestern an early 1-0 lead. A penalty kick from Ella Hawkins gave GSW a 2-goal cushion. That would prove to be enough, but they did add a third, and that came off of Hawkins again, more of a traditional route. This time off an assist from Michelle Gustafson in the 25th minute. End of the 25th minute, and GSW already had that 3-0 lead. Again, the only goal in the second half came from Albany State. It came in the 62nd minute of play, and that was it for your scoring in this one. 3-1, again, the final score from Hurricane Field. Georgia Southwestern one final match in 2018 comes Saturday, 5 o'clock again, as you heard me say a number of times. 5 o'clock start time. We'll go on the air probably closer to 10 minutes till, quarter till, as we get ready for our Senior Day ceremonies to recognize our 4 seniors on that final day of action. We sure hope you can join us. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you giving a few minutes of your time to watch this non-conference matchup. Albany State and Georgia Southwestern Lady Canes get the win. 3-1 your final score. We'll hopefully see you back here on the air on Saturday afternoon. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Enjoy the rest of your week. You have been watching Georgia Southwestern State University Women's Soccer. Victorious tonight. Victory balls. 3-1 winners right here on the Surge Sports Network.